guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to look at a Leetcode problem, and the problem's name is number of distinct averages. So in this question we're given an input array nums of even length. As long as the nums is not empty, we must do the following 3 steps. We need to find out the minimum element in the nums array and remove it. Also we need to find the maximum element in the nums array and remove it, and then find the average of these two numbers. So this process should be repeated until all the elements are removed from the array, and our task is to return the number of distinct averages calculated using the above process. So this is the function given to us, distinct averages. The return type is an integer, so you need to return an integer denoting the number of distinct averages, and this is the input array nums which will contain our input. One hack to solve this problem is that instead of finding the average of the two removed elements, we can only find out the sum of these two elements. So instead of worrying about which data type to use for average, you can only find out the sum of the two removed elements and check if it is distinct or not. Because for our average to be distinct, the sum should also be distinct. So we can use the input variable average to find out the sum of the two removed elements. Here A and B denote the maximum and minimum element in that iteration. So let's take a look at this example and see how the question can be solved, and later go through the code. So let's take example 1 and see how this can be solved. So this is the input array given to us, nums. I've drawn the same nums array here. So let's start off by sorting the nums array. So the sorted array will look like this, and the index positions inside the array are 0. And let's take 2 pointers. The first pointer is pointing at the 0th index position. I'll name it left. And the second pointer is pointing at the end of the array. I'm going to name it right. Now let's create a new set. So this is the set which will have the unique averages. Let's use a while loop to move from left to right, and this while loop iterations will happen until left is less than right. So until these two pointers meet, this iterations will happen. And we have to find out the averages at left and right. So let's start off by finding the average of the elements pointing at left and right. Left is pointing at the element 0 and right is pointing at the element 5. So 0 plus 5 by 2 is equal to 2.5. So 2 is added inside the set. Now let's take the average at these two pointers elements. So left is pointing at 1 and right is pointing at 4. In 2.5, 2 is already present inside the set, so this 2 won't be added because hash set does not contain duplicate values. So let's move further. Left will point one step to the right and right will point one step to the left. Let's take the average at left and right. Left is 3, right has 4. Let's take the integer part of it because set contains integers. So add 3 inside the set. Now the set contains 2 values. Now let's go to the next iteration. So right now has the value equal to 2 and left has the value equal to 3 at these index positions. This condition will fail because left should be always less than right. But so we come out of the while loop and we return the size of the set. Size of the set is equal to 2 because it contains 2 elements. So we return 2 as the output. So let's take a look at the code. First we are sorting the array in ascending order. So the input array is nums. So we'll start off by sorting the array here. So this is the array we are going to have. Next we are going to create 2 pointers. Left is pointing at 0 and right is pointing at the end of the array. So left will be starting to point here and right will be starting to point here. We are creating a new hash set which is empty now, and this while loop will run until left is less than right. So this is the condition, and inside this we are finding out the average. So here is one trick. There's no need to find out the average by dividing it by 2. So we are only going to check the sum part. There's no need to divide by 2 because sum should also be unique. Only if sum is unique, then only the average will also be unique. So that is why here we are finding the average by only doing the sum of the left and right pointers elements, and then we are adding that average or the so-called sum inside the set, and then incrementing the left pointer and decrementing the right pointer. So this will happen until this condition satisfies. As soon as this condition fails, like here in this case, right has crossed left, so you come out of the while loop and return the set size. The set size can be found out by the function size on the set. So this will return 2 as the output. So the time complexity of this approach is O of n log n. We're sorting the array and then iterating through the array using a while loop. So n here is the number of elements inside the input array nums. And the space complexity is O of n because we're using a set to store the output. That's it guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.